Buckner International is a hands-on ministry that has been impacting and transforming lives since 1879. One of the oldest and most unique faith-based social services, Buckner is a well-established and well-accredited organization who serves hundreds of thousands of people per year. When R.C. Buckner founded the organization, he had no intent of starting an orphanage, nor did he have any idea the number of lives he would impact and the prosperity and legacy he would leave behind. Today, Buckner has programs both in the United States and all throughout the world that provide services including residential child care, orphan care, foster care and adoption services, prevention programs, senior adult services, and global humanitarian aid programs. Buckner has also partnered with the company Tom's, and they provide shoes for needy children around the world. Buckner is an amazing global ministry that serves those in need, all the while demonstrating the hope and love of Jesus Christ.
We just wanted to thank you for your time, first of all, for letting us come and volunteer here, and we're going to give you a SWOT analysis and give you some recommendations for Buckner. Well, first of all, the strengths of Buckner: it's a well-established name and it has 136 years of experience. It's a relaxed and fun work environment with a great culture and organizational ethics. It has servant leaders that work well with the other organizations and has very high values and puts faith first. It also has a high efficiency and high effectiveness. It's very knowledgeable about the organization and their partners, has the ability to navigate with international relationships. It's highly known for preventative services and working directly with the foster families. You plan well and always work with a donor and have the necessary suppliers. You have the principle of money in the bank, and Buckner runs off of the interest. Fundraisers and galas help also with profits and money supply. And the next part that we're going to talk about is the weaknesses.
So I'm just going to talk about some weaknesses that we might have seen as we were working with you, and that you might have told us while we were just talking to you in general. The main one that we noticed was the communication between the divisions, between the departments of Buckner, from what you were saying, mainly between the foundation and your department for service and for volunteers. And because of that, there's been a little bit of infighting between the services, wanting to put the clients first in the wants instead of the needs. And so because of that also, there's been a little bit of a lack of unity between them. And another thing was that you alone, with your team of 6, deal with over 150 people just by yourself, which I think could be a weakness because that's so much to deal with that, it needs to be spread out a little bit more, just so that the communication execution is a little bit better. Another one is there's a shortage of space. We understand that with organizations like this, there's always going to be a shortage of space. You're always going to have to turn some people away just because you're out of room, you're out of just things to be able to provide them with. So that is definitely a weakness that is more common. And so that would be, I think that would sum up basically the weaknesses that we saw within the organization. And with the weaknesses come threats also, and Happy will talk with you about those.
So one of the threats was that they don't focus on one thing, because other core ministries focus on one exact thing, so they have more things to focus on, but we focus on 4 things, so we can't go to each individual one and specify. But they occasionally growth with direction and high growth within the 4 years. So in 4 years they'll grow. And then government rules and regulations, because it's a ministry, all the rules are not approved or they won't believe with it, so it's kind of hard to do with the ministry aspect. And international adoption is not welcoming in the U.S. because it's a really culture shock. it's hard to like bring in the kids and like make them more welcome. So it's better not to have that. And it also hinders the effectiveness of accomplishment and the adoption of foster care goals. So it's hard to reach the goal if they don't feel welcome as well. And the fact that there's still loans and stuff, so it's not a zero budget yet, but by 2016, hopefully it will be. And because of that, the opportunities not related into that.
Okay, some of the opportunities we saw at your organization, y'all are a widely known organization, so y'all's name is easy to promote, and the volunteers are willing to help and serve, and y'all have a wide variety of volunteers that openly serve and help y'all. Also, y'all have a widespread mission field, so y'all are able to help not just one core place of people, but just like a lot of variety of people. And then also, an opportunity I saw is that y'all could decrease the caseload and give more attention to each child. And technological advances include developing a computer system to share information internationally, so that y'all could have foster parents from international places instead of just locally. And also, y'all's services are very unique, so that's a big opportunity for y'all because not a lot of places offer this faith-based adoption process that y'all have. And y'all also have a beneficial differentiation strategy that distinguishes Buckner from other organizations. Now, having said these opportunities, Adam's going to come and talk about recommendations that I made for y'all.
So, in order to minimize these threats and achieve all these opportunities, we recommend that y'all develop a better organizational progress, such as having a division of labor, which kind of splitting your team of 6 among different tasks. So, and another way to achieve better organizational progress is having a easier system, like to where you can just log in to volunteer online and without having to contact various people throughout the organization. And another recommendation is y'all can utilize y'all's leadership to allow volunteers to focus more on the service, like such interacting with the kids themselves, so they can kind of see Buckner's vision and purpose, y'all's mission, I guess. And another recommendation is improving communication between the foundation and the service department, and especially face-to-face, which can lead to a high informational richness. And we've heard y'all mention a lack of housing, so another recommendation is that y'all could strive to work on building more housing so y'all can fulfill y'all's missions and organizational goals. And having said all this, we thank y'all very much for letting us serve here, and we hope that y'all find this SWOT analysis helpful and that you can take our recommendations into consideration. And we really enjoyed working with y'all. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.